What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Ace's Place 22, where I'm Ace, and this is my place 22, and this is night 2 of Spooky Season's Thrills and Chills. So that means we are going to talk a little bit about some spooky movies. If you've been paying attention, you might have already caught night 1's spooky season episode or video. I posted it earlier today. I was a little bit slacky-lacky yesterday, didn't get to put it up. So there are 2 spooky season videos up right now. It's pretty cool. All it is a simple me telling you about some movies that I've watched throughout the spooky season day, and review one specific movie out of the however many that I will watch. It'll be a spoiler one. I will talk a little bit about the other ones spoiler free. Hopefully it'll turn you on to something new you've never seen before, or reignite a flame to a film that you have forgotten that you absolutely loved and it exists. Like what happened in night 1 with this Rumpelstiltskin movie. Do you want to hear about it? Do you want to know about it? Go check out that video right now. But if you're here, please like and subscribe. I appreciate that. As I've previously said, it keeps the spirits, the evil spirits away. Enough of that. So today, October 2nd, what I have watched or passed by as well. What I mean by that is, my daughter has been watching Goosebumps. What the heck else did she watch earlier? Oh no, she was watching Goosebumps earlier, and now she is watching a cartoon called Bunnicula. It is a bunny rabbit that is Dracula. It's been bitten by a vampire. It's a pretty silly cartoon, very reminiscent of the old like Hanna-Barbera style cartoons. If you know, you know. Scooby-Doo. So. But what we watched earlier, or what I had on earlier when she was getting home from work, was Jordan Peele's Nope. Now, I think I talked about this movie last year. I'll talk a little bit about it now. The next movie I talk about is going to be the full in-depth one. Oh, and the reason I don't have the Goosebumps DVD up here is because I forgot to grab it when I was just downstairs. And she's currently watching Bunnicula, and I'm not watching that with her, but honorable mention for the spooky season. And the Goosebumps, though, the episodes were Night of the Scarecrow, I believe that's what it's called, and Calling All Creeps. The Scarecrow one is one of my personal favorites because I just think aesthetically it looks very creepy, and it is. But Nope was the feature-length film that I decided to watch earlier today as I was doing other things. But this is a Jordan Peele film. It came out a handful of years ago. It's got actors in it you're going to know. I don't know all their names. Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya, who is the guy in the middle. He was in Get Out. He was in the first Black Panther movie. You got Steven Yeun, who was Glenn in the first 8 seasons of The Walking Dead. And then you've got Keke Palmer, which I don't know her from anything. Not discrediting her as an actress. I just don't know her from anything. But it's a pretty fun flick. Don't really want to spoil it, but things from the sky come down and start messing up these people's lives. I personally didn't mind the movie up until the end. I didn't like the physical presentation of the creature. I'll just leave it like that. I didn't think it was very creative based on everything up to that point in the movie. I thought everything up to that point was like, well, this is very interesting. This is different. This is this. But for some reason, once it showed the creature, I don't know whether it was just the bad CGI, in my opinion, or just the weird design. It completely took me out. I was like, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? But other than that, that's that for Nope. And then the next one I watched is 2006, WWE's very first, WWE Studios' very first feature-length film, and that is starring Glenn Jacobs as Jacob Goodnight in See No Evil. Now, this is the one I'm going to be talking about with spoilers ahead, because I'm just going to ramble on, and if I say anything that might seem like a spoiler, well, there's a good chance it is. So, buckle up, boys and girls. This movie's pretty fun. It's a throwback to, like, 80s, 90s horror slasher movies. It all circles around one idea, and that is this mother is afraid of losing her son completely to the world. So she shelters him. She abuses him to the sins of the world. She is a God-fearing individual, and she's going to bestow that into her son at every cost she can. Whether that's tormenting people in front of him to show him, do you see how evil this person is? Now we have to do this. It's sick, depraved, gruesome, violent, gritty, gory, and it's really fun. Like, when you watch a horror movie and you want to see, like, that, I don't want to say typical slasher, because this is more of the blood and guts, but you just want to see that violence because that's what you want. This is the one. This is it. It's a sleeper film. I don't think many people outside of maybe the horror community and WWE itself really know this movie exists. There is a sequel, See No Evil 2. I think that one's pretty good. But this movie starts off with these horrible events happening inside this house. These police are called to see what's up. And in doing so, they uncover all this horrible stuff. One cop gets slaughtered and the other cop gets brutally maimed, leaving him literally without an arm. Years and years go by, and now this officer that got handicapped is working for like a juvenile delinquent facility. I don't know what the correct terms would be. For adolescents that are, in their teens, 20s, and they're just basically lost causes. So he's doing that for a boys specific group, and there is a girls specific group, and both of these groups have been given community service, so to speak, and they are going to be brought to this old abandoned hotel to clean it, to help renovate it, to get it back up and running again. Little do any of them know that they were all brought there to be slaughtered. The mother of this killer and himself live in this hotel, and they bring these juvenile delinquents to the hotel because they are riddled with sin and they want to cleanse the world of their evil, see no evil, which also plays into your eyes being removed from your head for not being able to see the evil, or for seeing the evil, however you want to, portray it. There's a lot of it, a lot of eye gouging. It's a pretty brutal movie. It's not even pretty brutal. It's absolutely brutal. At one point, this big guy here gets the back of his head caved in and busted open, and maggots and blood and worms and gross stuff is just oozing out of it. There is a girl who gets dropped, a few stories in this hotel, gets caught on some metal, and dogs come and literally eat her alive. It is definitely not a film for people that just typically like the Michael Myers Halloween movies, where it's, just the slasher sticking you with a knife. This very much, like I said, falls in line with Friday the 13th meets... I keep wanting to say The Hills Have Eyes, and that's not the one. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's very Leatherface. He's very Leatherface and very Jason at the same time. Nasty yet taut. Slice and dice some horror flick. It's pretty good. I'll read just the back of the cover as well. 7 feet tall, 400 pounds, a rusty steel plate screwed into his skull, and razor-sharp fingernails that pluck out his victim's eyes. Reclusive psychopath Jacob Goodnight is holed up in the long-abandoned Blackwell Hotel until 8 petty criminals show up for community service along with the cop who put the bullet in Jacob's head 4 years ago. So yes, the cop that got his hand cut off comes face to face with the killer. Well, yeah, the killer that slaughtered his partner and took his hand 4 years prior. Doesn't come out good for the cop, but it is a very fun movie. By the end of it, there's 3 of the teenagers or the 20-year-olds, whatever the heck they are, still alive. They managed to get the killer, Jacob Goodnight, knock him out of a window. He's about to fall all the way to his death. He's holding on. One of the girls takes a pipe and just jams it into his eye. He falls all the way from basically the top of the hotel all the way straight down through the center into the courtyard, not the courtyard, but like the lobby to his death. And they show, oh man, it's, I don't remember it having as much CGI in it as it did in this one particular scene where he's falling. It's not terrible. It's actually pretty good too for this film. But the brutality of it, they show like the pipe that's sticking out of his head, him hitting it off of like the side of the building, and it's just like oh. And then finally when he falls to his death, they show you kind of like Fast and Furious style, how they go into the engine and stuff like that, and you see the pistons going and the engine block and all that good stuff. They zoom go right into his body, and you see his chest cavity, and you see the heart, and you see his like a rib puncture the heart and him die, and then the blood come out of his face, and you're like, oh man, he's dead. Like he's dead. And they just show the kids walking out of there, living, surviving. So very fun. By the end of it, there is an end credit scene, which is pretty. Do what you want with it. They show the body sitting there, and he's got this big hole in his eye. And I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna sit up. That's the signature, And I didn't even mention that. Holy cow. The guy playing Jacob Goodnight is Glenn Jacobs, the WWE former wrestler Kane, who is now the mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee, I believe. But his signature thing in the ring, when he got knocked down, he'd sit right back up into a prone position. So I thought that's what his dead body was going to do. But no, a dog that you see maybe once or twice earlier in the film comes into frame, and he pees right into the eye hole of the killer's body, and then that's the end of the movie. So I don't really know how to interpret what the message was they were saying right there, but it is what it is. Interesting film. I have a good time when I watch it. The second one is I think better, honestly, from what I can recall. But it's a very fun movie. I do suggest it. If you've never seen it, check it out. If you're a wrestling fan, I'm sure you've already known about it. I don't know if I'll do a review of number 2 tomorrow, but I will throw the second one. Tired now, it's late. I will throw the second one into I dropped it into the mix of watching the rounds tomorrow. But that's pretty much it. Just my thoughts and me rambling on about spooky season and Halloween and all that fun stuff. And night number 2. I don't know. I'm kind of crazy. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Tomorrow, I'm going to be dropping just the one night of spooky season movies, or whatever it's called. I'll be dropping one video tomorrow on Friday of that. There will be a toy video dropping tomorrow on Friday. Oh no, you know what? No. I don't think I'm going to do a toy video tomorrow, because tomorrow is my live, the Ace in the Hole variety show. I hope everybody can join and come in and watch. I'm going to be recapping these movies, these handful of movies that I will be watching from yesterday, today, And tomorrow before the show, I will just be giving a little recap synopsis in case anybody doesn't watch these, and you tune into that instead and give me something to talk about. I'll be talking about my plans for the weekend because I have a toy show coming up, and what I'll be watching and engaging with, because I do plan on doing like a specific marathon of horror movies. So that'll be fun to talk about. But tomorrow I will put at least one video up of my night number 3. So what movies I'll be watching, I'm not sure, other than See No Evil 2. Other than that, I don't always stay spooky, my friends, but when I do, I stay spooky. I messed that whole saying up. The hell does that Dosaki's guy say? I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I don't remember it. I messed it up. I hope everybody has a good night out there. Whoa.